To sing. The act of dancing. Key. The skill of acting. And za. Your seat. The theater. The place where you come to see singing, dancing, acting in a highly stylized, generations of training by actors who have given their spirit to lift life beyond the mundane. Who was this blonde-haired boy from Texas?
What was test number 1?
My first dance lesson. Those first 3 months, every day I was seated on a stool, a bench, a corner of a room, and I would serve wig making, the sewing of costumes, the painting of the scenery, the playing of musical instruments, the reading of the script. After those first 3 months, I went to the Fulbright Commission and said, I have come to Japan to have lessons in my body. Not to just look, research, read, but to actually perform the art. Well, a person from the Fulbright Commission went with me to the Grand Kabuki. Kansaburo had not spoken a word of English. He sat in front of his mirror, did his makeup, listened intently to what was being said. When the Fulbright Commissioner had finished, Kansaburo took the cloth, covered his mirror, turned to me. Watashi sensei, anata, gakusei, ashita, kuji desu. In other words, myself, your honorable teacher. You, the student. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., I've been told. Tomorrow, I came at 9 a.m. And as I entered the theater, they ceremoniously removed me from Western wear and dressed me in Japanese attire for my first lesson. It was a dance lesson. This is the scene of the lesson. I dropped my fan. As I reached down to pick up my fan, I stepped on it. As I stepped on it, the hem of my kimono caught, and as I stood up, it tore, so now I have a broken fan and a torn kimono, and as I turned to my teacher in total embarrassment, my kimono's obi unfurled and just swirled around my feet on the stage, and there I was, kimono open, exposed, my white boxer Brooks Brothers underwear of Mount Fuji, and you trail it with your fan, and then you show the snow and ice-covered cap, and you trail the short side of Mount Fuji. It's springtime, and the cherry blossoms are falling, falling, falling to the earth. I was asked by my teachers, "Moi kai onegashimasu." One more time, please. 9 times. I took a breath, calmed my nerves, went to the edge of the stage, and was just about to enter when I realized the inside he-knows of my right tabi, tonight they're fastened, were completely open. Let me explain. It has a divided big toe from the other 4. The bottom in very good tabi is exquisite linen. Historically, the hinos were made of ivory. Now they're mass-produced. They're metal. And they snap through in pressure they hold around your ankle. Well, here I was at the edge of the stage. I couldn't go back. The music had started. I had to enter. And I got to that point where again you see the long side of Mount Fuji. The snow-covered cap, the short side of Mount Fuji. And I realized there was one moment I could fix so I had to change to use this hand upstage. I had to have the cherry blossoms falling with my downstage hand. So I knelt a little early. Nervously, the cherry blossoms were falling because I couldn't reach this way so I had to go behind me, lift the heel up, turn the knee in, and try to fix these 4 hinos as the cherry blossoms fell again. And they fell again. I was way beyond the musical cue. So I decided they'd fall on the earth a while. And finally then, I think I got them all. I'm thinking all this. My teachers are wondering, what is he doing? And I stopped. Continued the dance. Thank you, Lord, Buddha. It was a moss green kimono. Would I discover that my costume wasn't impeccably dressed? And in that instant, when the cherry blossoms fell and fell and fell, they realized I had realized. I fixed it. Part of life.
Where did Kabuki come from?
If we stop and think about the Renaissance, 1500, 1600, the High Renaissance, the Mona Lisa painted and dated 1504, the first Kabuki production in Japan, 1596. So 92 years later, in another part of the world, there was a cultural renaissance happening in another society. Our students taught this in art history, but it was simultaneous. A merchant class had evolved to a new bourgeois level of financial success. They wanted their own theater. They borrowed their literature from the 200 plays of Zeami that had been in the No Theater to start to create their literature. Well, eventually in the late 18th and 19th, 20th centuries, they began to write their own plays. But first they borrowed the literature. come to my theater and see my gorgeous 100% pure silk haori. But this is a very special haori because it's a double haori. Outside, shantan silk, lined with the colors of autumn. Inside, chocolate and black. Underneath my double haori, which would be the equivalent of an evening jacket or a cashmere winter coat, is my black kimono. If you'll note on my kimono, on the sleeve, center of the back, other side, and in the front, there are the white mones. These are like family crests. They are registered. They are copywritten. The ginkgo leaf is of the Nakamuras. The octagon is the Umewakas. The circle is the Nishikawas. Tomorrow, we will go to Hanabusa. Hanabusa? Oh my God, Hanabusa. I never dreamed in all my life. So we went. I was seated. And then Conspiro surprised me again and said, today, you will select 4 nagashiban, 4 kimono, 4 obi, 4 hakama for each season. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. 4 times 4, 16. Mix and match manipulated costumes for the season. 16 times 16, 256 costumes for the year. And he left. At the door. He said 2 things only to me. The first, out of the silence. Hanabusa. Shibui. My taste was elegant. He was pleased. Then he began to drink a little more sake, and there was 1 cup. And a few minutes later, offered me a little, a third, a fourth. He got to the 5th cup of sake, put his head back, shot it down his throat, put the cup down, and with his Togashigiru. Takai means high. Takashigiru means you went through the ceiling. I quickly tried to explain that I was so delighted to go there. I was following my instructions. I didn't see price tags. I didn't get a bill. I'd been to a fitting. I was trying to wear the best things in my classes, and for the first time, he spoke to me in English. And again, his exact words were, the bill settled. And then he smiled. $500,000, $500,000. You can laugh with me. Because today, that would have been well over $1 million. Talk about youth and naivete. But I'll wear these forever, and these are one of the outfits tonight. And can be a tray. And on this tray, you place a cup. And you fill your cup with sake. This fan can become a love letter. And you write with your sumie pen your message of love. You take it and you present it, that one for who you feel passion. The fan can also be an umbrella from the sun, protecting you from the rain, the visor on your cap, tail on the bird. It can be the falling of leaves, in the autumn. The fan can be the golden sun and the silver moon. One of the most difficult dances I learned in the repertory was, when is it the sun? When is it the moon? The fan can also be an instrument. Be an object of flirtation. Kabuki and the Nihonbuyo, you don't learn steps. You learn choreography, and you learn the techniques through learning the choreography. So sometimes it was a matter of a pure mimicry and going home and repeating over and over. Let me show you a fan pattern. This is how it was counted. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once more. You have any idea?
Pay attention. No. Pay attention.
Pay attention. Anything else? Well, you're pretty on target. This is exactly what my teacher said to me. Oh my gosh, what a naughty boy you are! The last moment is called a mie, a frozen moment. In this rhythm, you're telling of thunder, lightning, and you freeze with the rain on the earth. Nakamura!
Nakamura!
Baiko!
Baiko!
What the audience is doing is they're encouraging the actor in that moment to reach the performance to a higher level of excitement, attention, climax, passion. It can happen any time in the performance. The audience can make the mie happen. The actor can do the mie and the audience can respond. Sometimes it Again, no chance to get over their excitement.
And what was test number 4?
Oh, well, I knocked at the gate, received a green kimono, gone to Hanabusa. I had been invited. You can imagine my thrill. In the role of Tamura, the battle scene. Every actor and dancer who has this honor has to have a new fan made for them for this role. You cannot use anyone else's fan. It's your fan forever. A fan was ordered in Kyoto at a very famous fan shop. They called the Kabuki. It was ready. I took the bullet train, the Shinkansen. I went to Kyoto. I arrived. I sat in this elegant shop. The shop owner came, and he presented me with a fan box. Opened the envelope enclosure and slowly slid the fan into view. The first thing to greet my eyes, and I've been told, was that it was gold, real gold on paper. And the bone and hino also, hino, was a leaded weight. So that when you took this fan and you flipped it and turned it on the stage, it would come back to your hand. Then I gingerly, slowly opened the reveal of the fan to see that one side, on the gold, had the pine trees, the cherry blossoms, and on the silver side, bamboo. So I bowed my head and said to the shop owner, very quietly, "Ikura desu ka?" How much? What is the price? Oh, I took the envelope, unsealed it, even sealed it. I pulled out the card. I had a $7,000 shock. Card back in, excused myself in the shop, went to the American consulate, arranged to make a long distance call to my mother at the ranch in Texas. Yes? Oh, I told my story. Well, Lonnie, you do have one credit card, don't you? Yes, Mother. Well, we think it's time you use it. You've chosen a very expensive path in your life. We had no idea when you went to study in Japan the expense beyond the Fulbright grant. And you're going to have bills to foot. It's time you foot them. Click. We started out at the theater. We're going down a side street. Looking off in the distance, I saw a pachinko parlor. Pachinko is a round silver ball. And the game is not played like pinball in this country. It's like a slot machine in front of you. And you put the lever, the ball goes through, bounces up through the machine, and if you're lucky, it's gambling. You can win cigarettes, carton, a new car. And it's a game where they're just rolled up in the shops, and you go to a pachinko parlor. What I said to my teacher, or thought I said in that moment, was, "Asobite, ochinko, daisuki." Well, belly swelled, the face, oh. Princess Chichibu was fat and came out so fast that she was just... This went on for another block. We entered this lovely restaurant. We went to a tatami room. We were seated. Both of them just fell out on their backs. For 30 minutes this went on. No one could talk to me. I had no idea what I'd said. So I excused myself. And I dialed the only blue-eyed monk in Japan, a man named John Toller, who had gone there as president of Dentsu Advertising. He was also a Texan. He had befriended me. So I told John the story quickly. I couldn't stay too gone from the room. And there was this, is that what you really said the Kanzaburo in front of Princess Chichibu? Well, I think so, John. I was asking you, did you like to play this pinball game? Oh my God, Lonnie, let me help you. Now, first lesson. When you say oh, like Mariko, oh, what are you saying? Well, I'm honoring her. I'm saying like, Mary, what a sweet, what a beautiful, what a lovely girl you are. He said, yes, you got that. He said, and a sorbete means to play with. Yes, you got that. Daisuke means you like to play. Yes. Well, Lonnie, you better wake up. I was placed at Waseda, part of my Fulbright. Waseda is the equivalent of Yale here. It's the great theater school and museum. I'd made many friends there in architecture and the arts and literature, what have you. So we'd go drinking. So he says, when you go drinking with your buddies from Waseda, and you take those mugs and clink them, or take that beer bottle and drink it, and you say, oh, chin chin, I literally gasped. I said, oh my God, John, you're honoring your healthy member. Well, Lonnie, literally what you had said was, Anone, well then, Papa-san, Sensei, honorable father, my teacher. Asobite, do you like to play Daisuke? Ochinko. Small, sweet, baby penis. Oh, thank you for laughing with me. Now, please don't print this. I'm writing a book. Let me publish it first. A year later, Princess Chichibu at the British Embassy saw me, and she literally beelined across the room as fast as she could move in her little tight kimono, saw me, came right up to me, put her hands on my shoulders, and said in great joyful zest of life, Lonnie, you've made such outlandish mistakes with the Japanese language. You give us so much laughter and joy. Don't stop. Takashimaya is a department store in Nihonbashi, one of the most elegant stores in the world. You can find anything from eel to Ferraris. It's something like Harrods in London. They've made many costumes. They taught somewhere, well, this silk, Takashimaya made it. So I turned to the lady next to me and said, why are you honoring Takashimaya? Oh, we know the story. She looked at me so strangely. Said, it's fashion show. I'm shopping for my new kimono. What kind of bones I put in my hair? My big, gorgeous obi. So the fashion goes on. That was one lesson, that when I'm on stage, I should show the best of what the world has to offer. And with my students, I'm a paper maker also. I made this paper with these scrolls. This is peach pulp. Died right in the sun. The higher we aim and soar in life, the more we will achieve and do, flourish, grow, stretch its wings, go out and make the world. I had that gift in my life. I want to give it back. But there are many lessons. Another very interesting one is that, you know, Kabuki is of every range of it. every emotion, every human condition. It's a theater of life. It's one of the most fluid theaters since the beginning, adapting, changing, asking questions. It's about birth, death, marriage, divorce, suicide, murder, old age. Properties divided, families scattered, government intervention, financial stimulus, economic hardship. Sound like a little bit of what we're experiencing today? America, 2009, is